Oh, cool, you guys are there. Brilliant. This is all working, I can't believe it. How is the picture, guys? Because this isn't my... This is a temporary phone that I'm using, so it's not exactly the newest model, let's put it like that. Yeah, we're out in full state. I like pigeons. I've never disliked people's got... You know what's quite people complain about pigeons, right? But it's actually our fault why there's a what would you say? How would you say it? There's a plague. People would say a plague of pigeons around all of England, and that's because we used to keep them as homing before the creation of telephones and instant communication. We used to have homing pigeons, and we purposely bred them. And then once telephones came along and telegrams and etc. and all of that, oh man, thank you. We just let the pigeons go, and that's why. Oh, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. That's why the pigeons, they don't know how to. If you ever see a pigeon try and make a nest, it's actually quite comical. They can't make nests. Like you never see. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. They can't make nests. They just like put a bunch of twigs in a circle, and then they think that's a nest. Because we've bred them, because they've always been looked after by us. You see, that's how they were bred, in cages and stuff. They never had to make their own nests. So we just released them quite irresponsibly. We just went, oh, we don't need you cunts anymore, and then just let all the pigeons go. And then they just had to fend for themselves in the wild. And that's basically, so really, the reason why there's a mass migration of pigeons everywhere is because we done that. It's our fault, really. We just irresponsibly, everyone just let the pigeons go after they were fulfilled their usefulness. So that's why, if you ever check, have a look at a pigeon's nest, maybe type it into your search engine or whatever, pigeon's nest, and it's quite comical. It's just like a bunch of twigs in a circle, and they think that's them trying to learn. They think that's a nest, right? I've seen the magpie's nest. It looks. Is this it? Is this basically? Why doesn't my one look like the magpie's nest? So that's it. Yeah, they're domesticated. Yeah, that's basically what happened. And then people don't see animals. Some people just see animals as tools, don't they? Like, you got a lot of traveller sort of communities. They just see horses and dogs and cats as tools. Cats to go after the mice, dogs to protect the herd and whatever, and horses to move heavy things. They just see them as tools. They don't see them as living beings. So it's like that with the pigeons. They just see them as tools to get communication, and then once better communication came along, they just went, oh, we don't need you fucking cunts anymore. Well, so out you go. And that was it, and they just had to fend for themselves. Anyway, I thought I'd make this little thing because video because I've not made one in a while, because I've had a bit of bad luck of what happened to my phone? I can't remember now. I can't actually remember what happened to the phone now. But basically the SIM card went with it, so I've only just got the SIM card back. Then there was some other nonsense about Free saying I didn't pay a bill, which was actually, they got it wrong. I've paid everything up to. So I've only just come out of the Free store now, down here. Folkestone. Do you know what's quite? I thought, yeah, I'll just do a little. I'm just going to go back to my van simply and just chill. because I'm a bit ill, but I needed to come out and get the free thing sorted. But you know what's quite funny? So I think I've done a Folkestone stream before, but I didn't realise how big Folkestone actually was. It's actually quite big. It's actually quite a big town. And it's quite funny. It's split into two. It's like one's a real shithole area, which is where I'm at the moment, the shithole area, and all the corporate shit. And then the other side of it, it's all kind of artistic, kind of posh harbour, all around the harbour area. Do you know what I mean? It's actually quite nice. So, but I thought I'd show this. This is quite funny, right? Someone was telling me about this, and I just thought, oh, this is quite funny. So we've got a structure here that's purposely been made for Ukraine, to support Ukraine, and it's quite funny because who really believes this shit anymore? Like, Ukraine have unofficially lost. They just don't want to like admit defeat, like the Western powers. Standing with Giants. It's a voluntary community project established in Oxford 2019 in honour of those who fought for freedom, past and present. The Ukrainian tribute was created by Dan Barton, former and founder of Standing with Giants, in collaboration with art. There's people suffering in Ukraine. Well, they're suffering in Ukraine because they're being thrown into the meat grinder by the Western powers. Again, we're partly to blame for that, Boris Johnson, etc. And Richie said just continuously, yeah, we support them. Did you see a video recently? And they're having their Christmas meal, and my God, mate, it looks like their final dinner, mate. And they're all like in their 50s. There's no young men anymore. They're all dead. But, you know, it makes me laugh that the idea, we said this from the start, the idea that you can beat Russia. Russia has a perfect record. Russia has never lost a war ever in its history. At least in the last few hundred years or whatever, like, you know, in modern history, they've never lost. They're known to not lose wars, right? To think that a little shitty, corrupt country like Ukraine, even with the backing of all the Western powers, ain't gonna happen, mate. And you know what's quite funny? Someone was telling me that someone vandalised this, and what they did is they instead put a Palestine flag on it. Now, obviously, the whole thing is now shifting towards, we got to support Israel. So that was reported in the papers. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Someone put a Palestine. After the attack they've done on Israel. It's just a scandal. It's a scandal in the council chambers, on the streets. No one gives a fuck. Because everyone can see through this bullshit. I love it. Like, now they're trying to hide it. It's almost like they're ashamed of it. Look, there's this wasn't here. This is like a new Christmas thing. So they've got like a Christmas hut that's set in all like Yorkshire puddings in a roll and you know, whatever, like burgers and sausages or whatever. They've got another one over there with desserts, I don't know, hot donuts or whatever. And then on the other side they've got like the bouncing stuff, right? So it's almost like they're ashamed. They're ashamed of this thing. They're like, we could never admit it, but yeah, we should have never got involved in this, and we've killed a lot of people. A lot of Ukrainian young people are dead because of our support and constant warmongering. So they've lost, mate. It's just that they just want to save face. Apparently, like a Kremlin jet turned up at Washington DC last week, and then some eagle-eyed person he typed in the make and model of the Kremlin Russian jet, and it's a jet that's specifically designed to ferry Kremlin members, you know, like their parliament. They check the flight logs as well, because they're public record, and because it's a public record, it's a public vehicle. You know, it's a parliamentary jet, if you know what I mean. You can check the records of it, and the last place it was at the Kremlin. So they've turned out. The Washington Post has stopped its little we call it Dropbox on their website that says Ukrainian news, you know, Ukraine war news. That's gone. So basically, they have conceded, the Western powers, but probably the Russians have said, look, mate, you can, I can't do a Russian accent, you can say whatever fuck you want. You can say, hey, what's still going on? You do whatever fuck you want. But in reality, you lost. So we're going to sign this paper now, that we won, right? But you can say to your brain-dead Western power people, the Western citizens of the world, you can say to them that, hey, yeah, war's still going on, but in reality, it's fucking over, mate. Good Christmas, Sean. Do you know what, guys? I don't really celebrate Christmas anymore. I've sort of come to this conclusion that it's just a pagan, satanic. It's an affront to Christ. The whole thing. I think it's I think really everyone needs to. I'm going to go full Oliver Cromwell on this, and I don't think anyone should be celebrating Christmas. In my honest opinion, if you really think about it, it's think about it logically. Yeah, there's no mention of it in the Bible. There's even a dispute where Jesus was even born. Some people say he was born in March, for example. And there's a lot of Christian sects, Christian religions that don't celebrate Christmas because, again, they say it's a blasphemy. You've got the whole thing's designed about a big red guy whose name is extremely very close to being called Satan, Santa. All you do is simply switch over the T and the A, T and A as well. All you do is move over the T and A and it spells Satan. So there's a big red guy. He comes in. He's suspiciously called very close to Satan. He gets kids to sit on his lap for presents, in exchange of presents. You've got Hollywood, which is the capital of degeneracy of the entire world. Their biggest films are Christmas films. The whole of Hollywood was run by Masons, which is again a cult, you could say, a religion, because it swears loyalty to the great architecture in the sky, which is their version of a god. So it's blasphemy. You've got all major politicians who constantly go on about it. You've got all BBC things that constantly go on about it. So basically everything that is all the wrong people all support Christmas. And there's no way in hell that can be a coincidence, because we all know that they want to bastardize anything good. They will bastardize, but yet they leave Christmas alone. So that tells me that it's actually quite satanic. Yule log, that was Christmas predates Christ as well. So again, we're mixing a pagan religion with Christ, blasphemy. You got Yule, like Yule log, that's a pagan holiday. So the whole thing's just a total affront to Christ, really. So I don't support it for that reason. It all massively encourages the behaviour of gluttonous behaviour. You eat so much during Christmas. Materialism, consumerism. These ain't Christian ways, mate. Gluttony's a sin. Do you know what I mean? One of the deadly sins. So that's why I don't support it. But to answer your question, what did I do? I simply just went to my mum and my brother. We had a Christmas pub meal. They had it because it's tradition, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? But I'm just like, yeah, but it is tradition, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing, is it? Like, we shouldn't be passing this down to our kids. It's a blasphemous holiday. Some traditions are bad. They need to be broken. So I just went there, But I said to my mum and brother, I won't be doing this. I went out shopping in fucking corporate London. I was in Wandsworth and I was shopping in their shopping centre. Just, oh my God, everyone's fighting for presents. It does not encourage good behaviour, man. So I'm just going to do a little. How much power have I got? 70%. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've not done any UNN because David's given us the week off. David Clues. I'm back on Wednesday in the new year, and Thursday. Well, I don't know, unless David's going to change FIFA. He's got some New Year's. Do you know what? He sent me an email. I've not read it yet, though. He's got some big New Year show on New Year's Eve from 7 p.m. Obviously going on, or has to go on till, I assume will go on until past midnight. He's going to have loads of guests. I don't know who those guests are. So, yeah, So I just thought I'd do a stream. I've been phoneless, guys. I've had no phone. I've had no SIM card. It's actually been quite nice, to be honest with you, because I've noticed that all the calls I get and all of the texts I get, they're all just bad news people. Do you know what I mean? It's like Bad News Brown. So I've actually been quite happy about the phone and text, but I've had to get it back because I might be making a little bit of a change come the new year, and I might not be as roaming around the country as I was, even though I love that. But I might have to make a change at least until summer. So I don't know. I'll see what's going on. What else we got here? What else did I want to show you guys? Oh yeah, do you want to see the? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something cool. I have to go back down here again. I'll tell you something cool. It's in the thumbnail of this photograph. And also the Weatherspoons is actually, I'll be honest with you, it's one of the best Weatherspoons I've ever seen in my life. The exterior, interior, okay. Although it's got like a or going into what is what's the dwarven underground thing in Lord of the Rings? You know, we won't go over the mountain, we could go under the mountain. What? It gives them an M, not Mordor. It's oh, that's gonna get me now. So these Weatherspoons is either like climbing Mount Everest, or it's like going into the depths of whatever that dwarven place is called. I guess catch up some of your messages, guys, because I've been rambling. Yeah, so I'm not. So what's people doing New Year's Eve? Because I'm not really a big New Year's Eve person. Feels like forced fun. So soon after Christmas as well. What's this? Is that another pub down there? We'll go over there a minute. There are no Christian churches anymore. Men with scat fetishisms getting married to each other. Yeah, I don't belong to any church, mate, because I just don't think, you know, I think you can worship God in your own way. I don't think you need to go to a congregation. So this is so am I living in Folkestone for 6 months? No, no. I'm just here passing by, seeing peeps. Like I said, I'm quite the Kent Resistance people. Where was I yesterday? This is pretty cool. So you got, if you can see this plaque here, Noel's Yard, right? So it's just here. So it's like Folkestone Music Heritage, memory of Noel Redding, member of the Jimi Hendrix Experience, The Lonely Ones, and Fat Mattress. He died in 2003 from 1945. So he used to live here. It's not an ideal place to live. Whether he lived in that green door or whether that was once some sort of dwelling, I don't know. It's a bin closet now. So I'm going to Folkestone in July. Do you know what? I really hate Folkestone, I'll be honest with you. That's kind of like that's kind of like the capital of Kent. It's in the heart of Kent, Folkestone. It's like I call it the administrative capital. It's basically where, you know, the head of the Kent County Council is and all of that. It's like the unofficial capital of Kent. But then Canterbury's like the sort of more cultural capital, if you know what I mean. Yeah, look at this. This is the spoons. Look at that. Look at that building. So that's something from Rome, isn't it? Good looking building, isn't it? Inside, what's it called? The Samuel Petto. So Probably the best looking spoons I've ever seen. But it's a right dive though, not being funny. Clientele in there. It's like... clientele in there. It's like, well, saying that, it's like a harbour town, isn't it, this place? So it's sort of like they just got on, they just got off the, like a pirate ship or something. What's this? What's this plaque here? Oh look, so do with Jimi Hendrix. Did Jimi Hendrix live here? Ah, he did. Look, he did. Look at this. Look at this. It said 31st December. Oh, look, it's almost the anniversary. New Year's Eve, 1966. Jimi Hendrix performed live with Noel Redding at the Hillside Social Club. That once stood opposite this building. So there you go, guys. Got some musical history here, which is now, of course, a gambling establishment. Awesome. Game Nation. Yeah, Folkestone is a funny old place, and it's sort of bigger than it looks as well. Where's that? Okay. I think I parked this for it. It's like they got a little park on the side of a hill. Look, it's like it's a slide there. But they had more stuff. They've got a giant skull with a crown on it, obviously. Okay. Yep. Is this to commemorate King Charles, perhaps? The face of evil? The head of state? Right. I need to get down here fast, guys, so I've got no other alternative but to go down the slide. Okay. Yep. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get to work. I'm late. I'm late for work. I need to go down the slide. I'm just late for work. I need to... People legitimately take that slide just because it's like... It is quite a bit of an arsehole to walk down that hill. So you got to go, sideways and that. It's just, fuck, I'll just go down the slide. Yeah, it's just a shit slide, guys. That's all it was. It wasn't my arse or anything. I've got a fantastic arse, okay? Alright. No, it was dry slide. That's the reason why I got stuck, because I didn't get stuck, right? Just to clarify. My derriere is a perfect manly derriere. You know, I've had women bite that arse. Okay, that's how. You know, although I've not done a lot of squats of late, so you know, I've not been to the gym properly for quite some years. So perhaps I need to work on that. Great thing about squats is, yeah, say if you're a girl, right, that totally flat-chested, total munter in the face. One thing that a girl can do, right, is that she can work her ass out and become an Instagram squat girl. That's it. Like, there's a girl. What's that woman called? And she's like nothing to look at, but she's got like a great ass. To the point that people say it's fake, but I don't know. I don't care. Jen Setter, I think her name is. You need the search engine, that, guys. You know what I'm talking about. I think her name's Jen Setter or Settler, Jen Settler. There's nothing to look at. Although I've heard she's got work done on her face now. See, this is the bit in the previous Folkestone live stream I did. You saw all this, guys. This is like I said, this is like the trendy bit now. So you got all trendy shops, artsy kind of hipster kind of shops, and all that, hipster bars and all that, all along this sort of thing. And then you got like this is now leading towards like the harbour. Again, it's pretty cool, right? Because you remember I did a little pub crawl, didn't I? Remember I started at there's a lighthouse at the end of the harbour. It's a bar. It's a lighthouse bar. So it literally is a lighthouse, but also it's a pub. Do you know what I mean? And then I went backwards. Then I was in like a little carriage train. Do you remember that? I was in there was like 2 carriage trains because they got rid of the railway. The harbour that obviously they used to use to transport heavy goods coming off the boats, but it's not used for that anymore. But they got a separate harbour for that now. This is I had my shower earlier. I just came here naked. And I just had my shower. You know. Normal. Body's normal. You know what I mean? People need to just get over it. So apparently, though you can see it, it's not a great camera, but that building there is in the shape of a cruise line boat. It's a hotel purposely shaped to look like that, architecturally wise. But apparently, right shithole inside. Apparently they're putting migrants there as well. Don't know if that's true or not though. See, look, this used to be, these are all disused tracks. And they just repurposed them to put plants and shit. I'll tell you where I was yesterday, guys. It was absolutely stunning. I put it on my Instagram and Facebook. I will. I went to the Warren I went there. It's a really beautiful spot in Folkestone. I went right by the cliffs and stuff, and it's a really bizarre place. It's really used for something before, right? But obviously now it's all disused and whatever. But there's people living in like the brush. Do you know what I mean? Like there's all it's all wild, right? And my friend who was with me, she was like, "Oh, I'll show you. I used to know these people." You know what I mean? So we went searching for them in the wilderness, basically. I didn't want to live stream it because I thought, well, you never know, innit? It's all fucking grasses. Probably someone will send that video to a Folkestone resident, and then they'll send it to another Folkestone resident, and then eventually you'll get to a grass. Then they'll go, look, council, look, local council, look, watch this video. This is where all of the free folk are, or whatever. They're just living off the land. They're not paying taxes. I want them to be miserable like me. They have to pay taxes and pay for mortgages and rent and whatever. I can't them not be living in the wild and enjoying their lives. No, we went there. We found a few settlements, and people have just built like structures, houses off, with old driftwood and any sorts of things they can find. They've actually built like a whole house. You know what I mean? It's not a very good house. It's fucking almost dilapidated, but and it's just, I was just fascinated by it. I'm just like, there's people who just choose to live like this. You know what I mean? It's quiet. It's like recluses. You know what I mean? Really, it was quiet. There was no one in though. There was went to a few of them. She took me to a few of them. She said, yeah, let's have a look. And I went there, and it was just all, it's kind of abandoned. Do you know what I mean? But I reckon what they do is during the winter they probably have a bed sit, and then in summer they come back out and just live off the land. They're all growing all vegetables and stuff. Just in the wilderness. It was like, you have to know. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just have to know where to find it, because she used to visit them. I was like, wow. I was just blown away by that. I'll try and put the mic, I don't know, I'll try, mate, but I can't promise anything. In Folkestone, you're likely to go fishing and end up living off human excrete, I'm afraid. Well, apparently loads of the fish now have extreme amounts of, high amounts of mercury in them. So it's not actually quite healthy to eat fish anymore, really. Even if you catch it wild, it's, you know what I mean? It's all been kind of contaminated. You eat too much fish. As you're a person that eats fish every day, you probably get mercury poisoning. Yeah, remember this? See, again, this is like the artsy kind of section. Remember they got a big, people remember this when I was here summer? Had a big cinema, a big screen, and then they got all little hut bars and hut food places. Look. Coffee stands, alcohol stand, although it's called the fish shack, I don't know why. Oh wait, there is fishes there, but you can buy booze as well. Pizza and beer, breakfast buns, all breakfast foods, cocktail bar. And then they all just sit there. Greek place, Dutch place. So this is the old, so this is, like I said, this is the old harbour railway. they used to use to move heavy equipment, you know what I mean, from A to B. Can't wait to take my cat sea fishing in Cornwall. That thing? If people don't just leave their cats at home or something? I'm not going to go down to the lighthouse because it's just so fucking windy. I can't be arsed. I'm just going to... Look, it's a bar. See, this is like the hipster way. Let's just get some old disused dodgems and the spinny chair things, and let's just make them tables and chairs. It's so uber cool, guys. Listen, guys, they shouldn't be encouraging drinking and driving. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Don't drink and drive. It's a bit choppy today. Sorry, I guess reading your comments, guys. Kids don't have phones. Yeah, that's probably true. there probably is, like, that's that joke in The Simpsons, isn't it? When there's a virtual reality, there's a little expo, you know, of all the new computer games and whatever. Like, what's it called? What do they call it? X3, is it? The game expo thing. They have one of those in The Simpsons, and then they get to there's a virtual reality cutting the grass, and they got some shears, and they're just cutting the grass. They're like, wow, this is amazing. And it's almost like, well, what? And the father's just looking at him like, you never cut the grass. Why don't you cut the grass at home? Do it for real. And it's like, well, this is in a game, so it's cool. It's like in GTA. Remember people used to play GTA, Grand Theft Auto, and like people just get bored of running over people and shooting people and stuff, and then they just start to decide that, do you know what? I'm gonna take a taxi car. I'm gonna take a cab and then just become a cab driver in the game, like following the rules. There's a red light. Oh, I better stop at that. They pick up people. There's actually like a little side mission to be a taxi, or you get a moped. You become a pizza delivery boy, and you follow the rules again and make sure the pizza's delivered within a set amount of time. You just get bored of killing people and running them over. I'm gonna become a pizza delivery moped driver. I'm bored of all this killing. Where can I go? that's about to fly up. I'm going to take it off. There's actually, like, speaking of Easter eggs, guys, there's actually Easter eggs around. There's actually Easter eggs around Folkestone, funny enough. There's little artsy Easter eggs. So I'll show you one now. So you probably saw that. I don't know if you saw in the other section of the harbour there. Is that there was like a floating houseboat, and there's like floating houseboats around Folkestone. Again, it's like some weird fucking artsy quirk where it's like, oh, see, spot the houses. See if you can. They sort of look like the Monopoly houses. You know, the Monopoly board houses. They look like those. They're just like generic looking houses. One's floating on the harbour here. That's not a real house. You can't go into it. At least I don't think you can. And then there's one up the hill here, and then there's another one that's upside down. You know, I don't know. It's just some weird fucking quirk thing they got on. I don't know. But there's an Easter egg thing over here as well. I'll show you it, and it's just like a fist. I don't see it. Or maybe there's too much. Maybe it's submerged. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's submerged, guys. There's usually there's basically like a giant, see those kind of bricks? I thought it was underneath that first arch, but I think it might be actually, when there's low tide, there's like a stone fist. Like a sort of like a socialist kind of fist, but it's made of stone. I don't know if it's represented socialism, I don't think. I don't know. Well, that doobie gave me the munches. Cool. Yeah, I've not eaten all day, guys. I'm gonna have to. Like I said, I'm gonna buy some. Like I said, you probably heard I've got a bit of a cold, flu, whatever. And I'm gonna go buy some chicken soup, make it in my van, and then just chill, guys, for the rest of the day. I think until I decide what I'm doing for New Year's Eve. Might go down to Hope, Sussex for New Year's Eve. I don't know. Oh, I wish. You know what? I've been wishing I've had live stream capabilities for the past 2 weeks here, because I've been to so many places, guys, and I could have live streamed them events. Like I was in this little village in Kent the other day. They had the Kent Resistance had their kind of Christmas/New Year's bash, and they had all people talking and, you know, musicians, you know, people in the freedom movement and that. I went to Hope, Sussex for their winter solstice thing. Could have live streamed that, you know, because there was all kind of, you know, events. I've been to a good few other places as well. I went to, where else did I go? I was in West Sussex. I went to something called, it's called what was it called? Pateley Bay. It's like, it's near Battle. Could have done a live stream in battle as well. I was in battle. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I think maybe I'll just might as well round it up to an hour. Do another kind of 14 minutes or 13 minutes, and then I'll call it a day. I just need a rest, guys. I'm just a bit ill. When also there's another thing. There was a Kent ramble thing. I did what else I did? I did the yellow boards in Maidstone, giving out the light papers. We distributed 2,000 papers, most yet. So it went out with a bang. The final one of the year. That will recommence again in the new year. So yeah, went to a freedom bar in Maidstone. It's called Good Vibes. For people ever in Maidstone, if you're in Maidstone, Lease, go to an establishment. It's a cafe bar place called Good Vibes. It's sort of around the corner from the Spoons. So yeah, I've done quite a lot. Yeah, went for a Kent ramble near Herne Bay. Yeah, and a little shindig after, a little house party thing after the ramble. I bet he doesn't take multivitamins. I do actually. I actually do take preservatives. No, preventables, is it? Preventables? But it's my fucking brother that's giving me it. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what I was going to do. I was going to go down. No, it's up here. That's it. Yeah, so this is so we go around this corner, right? Not this corner. I just want to see what's there. Go around this corner, it becomes like the sort of shit end of Folkestone then. Although I've discovered, someone showed me, there's a place between Folkestone and Sandgate, and it's like a little kind of what can I say, like an adventure playground kind of thing. And I thought, wow, this would be really cool to come to in summer. You know, when the kids aren't like fucking around or whatever, and you just like hang out, you know, because it's got all like an auditorium, and it's just like a really cool kind of place. So I discovered that. Might do a live stream down there. Maybe I'll go do it tomorrow, guys. Maybe I'll do a live stream there tomorrow. I'll show you. I don't really have anything to do at the moment until the new year. Yeah, do a booze cruise. Maybe I need to, like I said, I'm not feeling it today, guys. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a little drinky talky, walking along kind of stuff. Because, you know, I've seen enough birds this week. You know, had to do the rounds in. It's like that's like the area manager comes by, sees them, you know, inspects, make sure everything's in running order, give them a servicing, you know what I mean. So I've done what I need to do this week. Yeah, It's yeah, the area managers in town. Keep them sweet, you know what I mean? Keep them happy, obviously. Yeah. They're like, oh, Sean, you're here, thank goodness. Live streams have been thin on the ground. Yeah, do you know what? I've not been checking out any live streams. I don't know what is going on. I've been proper out of the loop, guys, because I didn't have a phone, so I can't watch YouTube as much as I would normally do. Like, what I've been doing is I've got a laptop, obviously. Well, what it is, I don't know. Again, it's another thing I have to go. I might have to get another inverter, because my van inverter, I don't know what's wrong with it. Because I charge my laptop. I could charge my laptop. I've got like a, you know, it inverts the 12 volt to a 241, so I can charge like a laptop and stuff. You know, I'm thinking, I don't suppose, does anyone know, do they have laptop adapter chargers that I can perhaps charge the laptop via a USB kind of cable? Like, does anyone know that? Instead of me having to use like a mains, you know, like a mains plug. Is there like adapters where I can charge the laptop with like a USB type C or USB mini or whatever? I'm going to have a look at that when I get back to the van. But anyway, so I've not been able to charge my laptop. So what I'll do is, say I'll go into the Spoons, you know, my office, the Weatherspoons, right? My place of work. and then I'll charge the laptop in a plug that they have or whatever. And then a socket, and then when it's fully charged or whatever, and I finish doing what I need to do there, then I'll go to, you know, I'll take the laptop home, and then I'll just maybe do some bits and pieces in the van. But obviously I don't have it will only last until it goes. That's what I've been doing. So I've not really had a lot of time. It's only been a limited time when I can actually use the laptop and actually watch stuff. So I don't know what Siraj is doing. Actually, well, I do know what Siraj is doing, actually. I spoke to him, messaged him briefly the other day. He's going on about he's in the Daz band now as their guitarist and producer and all that, right? And he's sorting out that festival, Stand in the Light. You know, that it's a combination of the light, people of the light paper and people of Stand in the Park. I think there's that Fifi. I'll get her on my show at some point. So they're doing a festival in the Lake District in May, and he's in a May bank holiday. So Siraj has something to do with that. I'll tell you what, Siraj always lands on his fucking feet, don't he? No matter what, no matter what he does, no matter how he fucks over people or whatever, he always lands on his feet. I got a call from Callum today. I don't know if people remember Callum. He was the reporter for Rebel News. Does anyone remember him? He took over after, what the fuck's his name? After that bloke he went on to Iconic. I can't remember his name now. He went on to Iconic. So Rebel News dropped him, and then they employed Callum, and he was the one going around asking Greta Thunberg all those questions live at where was it? Was it Davos, I think? It was last year, wasn't it? This time last year. So he called me earlier and he says, oh, I need because he's left Rebel News since, and he does his own thing now, because Rebel News, mate, well, dogs. I was considering working with Rebel News at one point, but I thought, nah, do you know what? There's just something dogs about it, like it's funding and stuff, so I went, nah. And then he sort of later discovered that as well, and he went, yeah, fuck this organisation. So he left Rebel News, he does his own thing now. And he's going to Davos in January, I think. And he needs like a cameraman and an editor. So I said, well, I could do it, Callum, but I just don't think I can be fucked, if I'm honest. So I said, why don't you give Siraj a call? Yeah, Mossad funded, exactly, Greg Romford. Yeah, it's dog's just fuck, Rebel News. You know, Tony Robinson was getting £5 a month from Rebel News. Because what happened was that he got all his court costs paid for by Middle East Forum and the Shillman Foundation. It's funny, it's called Shillman as well. You know what's so hilarious about it? A shill man paid for paid for Tony Robinson's call. And then the Shillman Foundation contacted that Ezra Levine, is it? The head guy of Rebel News. And they said, yeah, give Tony Robinson a job. And then they gave him £5 a month. That's why Tommy and Katie both. The KT Hopkins worked for Rebel News at one point. I don't remember that. Not saying it's not true. I'm not really a big Rebel News watcher. I never used to really watch it. Any time I did watch it briefly was, it must have been ages ago. So that was when Lauren Southern was working for it. Yeah, very disappointed at Katie Hopkins, man. Although, when I met her, she was extremely sort of faux elitist, snobby kind of. Do you know what I mean? Like, won't talk to you unless you're approved. Media, do you know what I mean? Approved by her. Do you know what I mean? It's like she'll talk to perhaps UK column, won't talk to UNN. It's weird, that. Very weird. It's like how, what's his name? Obviously, I know UK column is more established, and it's not coming from a jealousy perspective. It's just very strange how they'll bend over backwards for UK column. Because some people have, I've seen some of the like Mark Windows, who had on my show, I don't know, almost about 4 months ago or something, about the ULEZ stuff, is that he's dead set convinced UK column is, like, there's something dodgy about it. He's dead set on it. He's shown me all this stuff. Now, like I said, I don't know, mate. I don't watch UK column personally, so I don't know. But apparently he's got big beef with that. He's got big beef with that Brian Gerrish guy. So I don't know. Oh, great! Thanks, Lisa, for that. Yeah, check out Stand in the Light, which is an amalgamation of Stand in the Park and the Light paper. Yeah, it's a festival though. I'll also put in a festival, Standing a Light. Check out Standing a Light Festival. But people won't know what that. They're like, what's Standing a Light? They think that's some sort of magazine or something. Right, I don't think there's anything much going on down here. I just sort of walk down there just to see if there's anything down here. But this is just sort of become stereotypical high street, generic high street number 4,442. So I'm gonna I'll tell you what, there's one of the, I'll tell you what, I'll wait until, it's been 1 hour, but I'll wait until there's one of those houses I was talking about, like those art houses that are they're like Easter eggs, they're just decorated around, they just randomly put around Folkestone. Still sub to who? Who's that? Do you remember Sam Williams? Williamism? Sam the blogger? No, I don't remember him. I don't know who that is. Gerrish is defo MI5. Do you know what? I'll tell you what, Carmid, you're not the first person I've heard say that. So, don't know, mate. He is very much king and country, isn't he, sort of guy. I don't know whether he supports the king or the queen before, but he's got that kind of British establishment, saluting the flag and all that sort of stuff. I don't know, man. It's quite interesting. If you go onto, I'll tell you what, something to check out right regarding this. Go onto Mark Window. It's called Windows on the World. Just type it in and look at his last video that he did, and he does bring up UK column because I was listening to it. The wind won't even let me type. Oh. Come on. Will someone type in Windows on the World for me? See if you got it right. Yeah, if someone goes onto that, it's a YouTube channel as well. But he only puts limited stuff on his YouTube. He's on Odyssey. That's where he puts all his videos, because they always get, he was talking about, yeah, UK column and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know, I mean, who knows really. Right, I've got 15% power, guys. I'm just gonna get up this little clock tower. See, that's that house. See that house over there? I'll go to it after this. See that? Got the SA-80 rifle here. This is to be a memorial for the Gurkhas, and that's one group of people. The fucking British establishment are fucked over. Gurkha bros. So they're the bravest people. They don't treat them right. They do all the dangerous missions and all this sort of stuff, and then they don't give them. You would think surely you can understand back in the day, yeah, but when it's fucking 2024, you're like, what? You mean they don't get the same privileges as fucking layabout soldiers? Fat layabout soldiers. There's a lot of the TA, mate. There's a lot of fucking fat overweight soldiers, mate, just doing around like the laundry fucking division of the British Army in the RLC, Royal Logistics Corps. The laundry division gets better perks and privileges than the fucking Gurkhas, who actually are like frontline, go out, do dangerous missions and shit. It's unbelievable. I mean, you know, it's only fair, isn't it? I mean, I couldn't give a fuck about any of the military anymore. I think they're all fucking traitors, if I'm honest with you. But when it comes to being fair, state will short-change us in the most unexpected places. So this is one of those houses. So again, these are like sort of GTA Easter eggs. I randomly there's one on the harbour floating. There's another one that's upside down. I can't remember where it was. I saw it, but I don't know what's the purpose of them. Like, that doesn't seem like a door. I don't think you can go into this place. Let's say, look, there is a creative Folkestone artworks. Richard Woods, holiday home, 2017. In no site too small, too difficult, or inconvenient for its neighbours, for a holiday home. The media and construction industries refer to the housing crisis, so increasing the price of the land. With a booming market for second. So I don't know, something about talking about the housing crisis. I don't know. But there you go. But anyway, guys, I think on that I'm going to walk back to town. I'll catch you guys. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to that adventure sort of. It's not like an adventure playground as such. There's more to it than that. Again, it's a bit more artsy. Do you know what I mean? But it'd be a cool place to like Greg Romford was saying about Doobies. Yeah, it's like it's a cool place to hang in, like, you know, like at night. Do you know what I mean? Like when the kids are all fucked off. Like, because you're right by the sea as well. It's like a, you know, it's sort of like a, not seaside, but you'll see what I mean. And they got a big venue there as well, like a music venue. That's somewhat, I think it's kind of famous. I don't know. I never heard of it personally. Lee's something. I don't know. So I'm gonna head off. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'm back. I don't know when UNN's next on because it's all been only David's doing shows. He might do one tonight. I don't know. But he's definitely doing one on New Year's Eve if people aren't going out. I might not even go out, guys. I don't know. I'm not really a big New Year's Eve guy. So even when I was young, in my teenagers, I would just go to someone's house, have a little gathering. Nothing like crazy craze. Have a local house party, maybe. That's about it. But anyway. Maybe that's where they'll put, what the houses for. Maybe that's where they'll put the migrants. They just filled loads of these little arch things. One day there's just going to be a guy, especially on the harbour, the one that's floating in the middle of like the marina. You're gonna see a migrant there. You just hope there'll be a door. There'll be a real door. He just opens it. He goes, "Oh, hey, I got free house." Anyway, guys, thanks very much. My phone's about to die. I'm trying to think. What do I need to? Oh yeah, just like the UNN thing. Where is it? Support UNN, guys. Just watch it. You know what I mean? Just watch. You don't need to buy anything. It would be nice, but just to watch it is support enough. And talk about it. And I can't. My keypad stopped working. And yeah, cool. Anyway, guys. Have a nice day, folks. Yeah. Are you doing any shows this week coming? No, I'm doing it in the new year. Wednesday. That'll be the 3rd of January. I don't know, unless David's going to change things up. I don't know. So if it is the normal dates, it will be the 3rd of January and Thursday the 4th. So let's go over it, actually. Let's go over it. I might as well wait till my phone dies. 3%. Okay. I think I'm gonna die. I think it's gonna die even before I get to where I'm looking at. Let's see if I can get to the Leeds Castle. Is quite well known Kent attraction, apart from its history links to one of Henry VIII's wives. Yeah, Leeds Castle. It's quite funny that, because obviously it's in Kent. There's a Leeds Castle in Leeds as well, as obviously. But there's a Leeds Castle in Kent as well. It's like that dumb shit we were talking about last time about Rainham. There's 2 Rainhams. One's in Essex and one's in Kent. Like they're neighbouring counties, and they both have the town of Rainham, and a big town called Rainham in it. So what's that about? Sure they think of fucking something else to name it. They could have called it Daneham. Not Rainham. One of them could have been called Daneham.